Silent Hero 4. Alrighty guys, today we're going to be taking a look at one of my favorite knives of all time, the Tops Silent Hero 4. Made in Idaho, USA made, Tops knives. Let's take a little bit of a closer look at this knife, look at some of the design elements of this knife and some of its features that make it what it is. So this is a smaller version of a bigger knife called the Silent Hero by Tops, and I would consider this a small knife, small fixed blade, EDC sized. I have no problem EDCing this. We've got 1095 carbon steel, which Tops does a very good job with. A Cerakote, which they do a Cerakote on pretty much all their stuff, and micarta scales. This basically can fit any roll. This can do your EDC, this could be a hunting knife, this could be a self-defense knife. That guard really presents itself as protection for stabbing and doing processing of game to keep you from slipping up on that edge. And the micarta, I love Tops micarta, and this stuff gets grippier as it gets wet, of course. And another thing Tops is known for is doing a differential heat treat. So when they heat treat the knife, they heat treat the spine softer than the side of the knife with the cutting edge. And what that does is that makes a knife more tougher and durable, as the cutting side can get harder and hold the edge that you want it to. And then the softer side kind of creates some sort of shock absorber almost to make the knife much tougher overall, so it can take a lot more abuse. Tops is really known for making some really big, burly, overbuilt knives, and this one is not that. This one is real thin geometry, and it's got a medium to high saber grind, so it's still tough. But for a Tops knife, this is really thin and slicey, and it's just an overall great knife. Closer look at the kydex. Has a really good solid click, no rattling, no shaking at all. You've got a drain hole situated at the bottom. It has a small footprint, being a taco style kydex sheath. This knife comes equipped for scout carry. It has these two leather straps and snaps that come around the sheath that you can put around your belt and carry it horizontally. I carried it like that for a long time. It's a little long for that depending on how you position it, and I kind of didn't like I didn't like it because usually the handle is sticking out or out of the side of your shirt or something like that. And so I put this ulti clip on it, and I kind of had to jimmy rig it to get it to work, and I had to use the original snaps that came with the straps for it, and I had to mix it with the screws with the ulti clip to get it to function, to get it basically just to put the ulti clip on there. I kind of had to mix and match the hardware from the original sheath system and the ulti clip system. So I have it set up for pocket carry. It just comes in like that, and that's about the height I have it set at. It can perform your outdoors tasks. Definitely could do food prep and camp tasks and everything, but for like bushcraft and carving, this isn't the best handle because it gets nice and skinny around the neck, so you don't get that big full grip that you would if you had a dedicated bushcraft knife, but it can definitely perform that. But the narrow neck is what it's doing, is giving you more control for finer tasks, for real detailed work, like for processing game or whatever. You can control the knife a little better. For me, I have medium-ish hands for me, I don't really have any problems with this. Just real quick, I wanted to throw this out there as a comparison. This is almost like the fixed blade version of the Benchmade Freak. You've got very similar lines. The shape and the jimping that's on the back of the blades are very similar. You've got that same hunter drop point shape. As you can see, the resemblance. And this one kind of has some jimping and then a hump and then more jimping, as to where this one just has jimping and then the hump and then the back of the blade. But if you look at the jimping and the blade shape, these two knives are very similar, so I just wanted to throw that out there real quick. Very similar profiles, similar blade shapes, remind me a lot of each other. So starting off, we're gonna check out some of this blade's carving capabilities, and we'll check the sharpness on this. I sharpened it a while ago. I'm pretty sure this Kydex sheath is dulling the edge of the blade. I haven't used it a lot, and it's gotten quite dull compared to what I had it at. I don't really see any Kydex coming off with it when I pull it in and take it out, but I do notice the knife edge getting duller, so I'm pretty sure it is making contact with that Kydex. It'll kind of shave. As you can tell, it's already much sharper. This knife was not designed to be a worksharp knife, but it can definitely do a lot of the tasks. This is more of an all-around knife. I feel like this knife is more of a jack of all trades, master of none. So your carving grips are okay. Nothing super spectacular about this handle ergonomics with carving grips. Chest lever cuts aren't going to feel the best in hand, but they're also not terrible either. So if you have to force this knife into a roll, or put this knife into a roll of bushcraft and carving, it can do it. I really think that this was designed as a hunting knife first before anything else. Carving and bushcraft are going to take a back seat in the performance of this knife. It's going to take a back seat to EDC and hunting, but not terrible. Now let's pound on the knife a little bit, do some batoning. The grind and the toughness of the steel are going to allow this thing to be a beast when it comes to batoning. for its size and length, of course. I'm not worried about hurting this knife. Its knife is definitely punching above its weight class for sure. Let's see how it feather sticks. So Tops knives are definitely not known for throwing sparks, and I believe part of the reason is because of the differential heat treat they do. You might be able to sharpen the spine up and get it to throw sparks, but it's not going to be ideal. So I'm having trouble getting good consistent curls to stay on the feather stick, but it is getting really thin curls pretty efficiently, if that makes sense. I mean, I don't need these all to stay on the stick. I could make a big pile of these shavings and light the shavings and then throw some sticks on top or something, because it does get some really thin curls. I've been sitting here making curls for a while, and I finally found a piece of wood that will cooperate. Sometimes if you're having trouble, just try finding a better piece of wood. Long straight grain pieces of wood are going to be way better. No knot. So it's not the best at feather sticking. Let's see how the EDC tasks perform. Goes through cardboard no problem. Some twine, just some average household twine. What's going on there? Some twine. Got a little piece of survivor cord. Ripped right through that. Battle cord. Bank line. Bank line never stood a chance. Some rubber tubing. It slices through everything just phenomenally. Zip tie. EDC tasks will be no problem for this blade at all. So let's see how well this edge held up. Did quite a bit of cutting today. I guess it didn't get too much duller. Touched it up with the worksharp field sharpener. And we're pretty much as sharp as we were when we started this whole deal. Silent Hero 4 by Tops. So that's going to be all. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We will see you next time. Okay?